Here at Bis-Serjetà, Malta's most serious news site, our mission is to seek the truth. And what better place to find the truth than at a Covid-19/5G protest? Around 40 people, from groups such as the Malta Association of Karens, gathered in Valletta to show that they aren't cheap and can think for themselves, by holding up placards given to them by someone else. The organisers of the protest wanted to stress that they just wanted to know the science behind the measures introduced by the health authorities.
We are not knocking them in any way. This is not an us against them.
But many of the people who attended the protest seemed to believe that something more sinister was going on.
Bill Gates is the one instigating all this because the patents for all the vaccines are in his name. He's going to become, already he's a billionaire, he'll become much more than a billionaire now.
Even our beloved Professor Charmaine Gauci is apparently part of this global conspiracy.
She sold out our country. Sold out our country, and she's not really in the interests of anybody that is about health. She's just in her own interest and in the interest of the one world order.
Clearly the people at the protest knew too much, because it wasn't long before the authorities swooped in to silence the whole thing. Not the police, by the way. No. I'm talking about the organisers themselves, who decided that this gentleman's placard was just too explosive.
What happened to your sign?
Well, someone from the actual group took my sign now because it was too radical, that's why.
So they censored you?
Exactly, yes.
Well, so much for that. Indeed, the organisers were very keen for us not to speak to this man. So naturally, we spoke to this man.
Do you think Charmaine Gauci is part of the Illuminati?
I cannot say that, but I do know that she is a part of a secret society. I don't know if it's Knights of Colombo or
NWA?
NWA, whatever.
Do you think COVID-19 causes 5G?
It does not, but the devil is in the details, because the WHO...
Great band, I think.
The Grey Band?
Great band, the WHO.
The WHO mentioned when there was a case of Wuhan, if you recall, last year, when there were people dying.
Bob O'Reilly is a fantastic.
Yeah. So in China, for example, the story goes much deeper than that. I've written a letter.
It always goes deeper.
Yes.
Anyway, this carried on for a while, but luckily the president of the Malta Karens Association gave us a more concise version.
We have a right to live, we have a right to work, we have a right to choose what's good for our health.
Do you have a right to infect people?
Do I have a right to infect people with what?
The deadly virus that's been ravaging the world for a year? Maybe?
If I am sick, I always stay at home.
But COVID-19, you can be asymptomatic.
No, you know what? If I have no symptoms, the likelihood of spreading any infectious disease is so minuscule.
But that's not what the science says.
No, actually, science does say that. It depends on which science you're listening to.
Because that's exactly how science works.
What's happening over here is tyranny, the greatest hoax on humanity.
The anti-COVID 5G movement also appears to have co-opted slogans from other movements.
My body, my choice.
So you believe in bodily autonomy?
Yes.
Okay, so
100%.
100%. So like if someone wants to get an abortion, for example, then...
We would have liked to find out more about the definitely real link between COVID-19 and 5G, but these people talk for so long that our camera ran out of memory. But I think we got a good idea of what they're all about. If you enjoyed this video and would like us to make more, please consider supporting us on our Patreon page for as little as €2 a month.